All right, ladies and gentlemen, bump-a-da-bum, bump-a-da-bump-a-da-bum. Jammy, presented by Don't At Me Feet, Daniel J. Dakich. Number one, the first Dammy that we give out, the Leader of Men Award, a coach, any sport that is very successful on the court, the field, the pitch, whatever, and teaches people the good stuff. How to be an activist, how to be in the community, how to show up on time, and I've got three for you. First, and they're all the same, this is in no particular order, our friend of the show, Bruce Pearl, the head men's basketball coach at Auburn. Why, you ask? I will tell you why. Because Bruce Pearl has come out of coach sheath and has been an advocate for his Jewish faith, for his Jewish people. He has stepped outside of the box to become a leader in the Jewish community while being a basketball coach, a very non-Jewish profession. Seth Greenberg, there's others, but Seth Greenberg and Bruce Pearl come to mind. While being political, when so many are afraid to, stay in your lane, they say. You're an idiot, they say to people that are coaches or in sports that get into politics. I hear it all day. Bruce Pearl, my man, I love it. Guy in the middle, Leonard Hamilton. Let me give you a little backstory on Leonard Hamilton. It was 1982, November late or December early. I'm a freshman at Indiana, 1981. I'm a freshman that fall. I'm taking a you-know-what in the locker room in Rupp Arena as we're getting ready. As we're getting ready to play Kentucky at Rupp Arena. I get the media guide. I go do my business. I'm sitting on the stall. I open up the media guide. There's an article about Leonard Hamilton, assistant coach at Kentucky. The article talks about Leonard Hamilton's day. It talks about what he does. And part of the article was talking about how he helps people, how he wants to be involved in people's lives. Fast forward, he's had a career all over the place. But now at Florida State, the man is 70. He's the world's youngest 71-year-old. Whenever I talk to Leonard Hamilton, and over the years I've talked to him very frequently, the number one thing that I get out of talking to Leonard Hamilton is I want my son to play for Leonard Hamilton. Leonard Hamilton has led Florida State to the Elite Eight a few times, won the ACC tournament, a league with North Carolina and Virginia, and of course Duke. Leonard Hamilton, when you speak to him, you get inspired to be a better person. I am a big Leonard Hamilton fan. I'm as big a Leonard Hamilton fan off the court as I am on the court. And frankly, I think Leonard Hamilton, to me, is a man's man that would be perfect for anyone, black, white, rich, poor. I don't care. Foreign. He got a lot of foreign kids that come play for him. Perfect guy to be around. Perfect. The third guy, Bill Belichick. Now, here's why I'm giving Belichick an award. This isn't a Lifetime Achievement Award. Certainly, he's the winningest Super Bowl coach. I believe Bill Belichick has lost the divorce between he and Tom Brady. I believe Tom Brady has shown out that Belichick needed Brady more than Brady needed Belichick, but that's not what this is about. He's winning at a big enough level. What I like about Belichick is when I listen to former players, even ones that don't like Belichick, talking about how he taught them to be on time, the importance of preparation, being a man, owning your mistakes. In a world where coaches literally do this, kiss the backside of players religiously, these three men don't. These three men coach you. They coach you with love. They coach you hard. And Belichick, I'm not even going to throw love in there. Belichick coaches you to win. He coaches you to understand what goes into winning. Victory favors the team making the fewest mistakes. Everybody wants to prepare, but it's the will to prepare, the want to to do the work to prepare that separates. And that's what Belichick is about. And again, in an era where people don't do that, I got to tell you, they do. Guy says, well, Bruce cheated at Tennessee. Let me explain something to you. He had a barbecue with Aaron Kraft. When I saw that, I thought to myself, oh, crap, we did the same thing at Indiana. We had people over Coach Knight's house when we weren't allowed to have Coach Knight have them at his house. It's a mistake. Get over it, ladies and gentlemen. And Belichick deflated all the footballs. Yeah, I don't think that was Belichick, big boy. And I'm not putting Jeff Saturday as a leader of men because he couldn't take wild turkeys to take a dump. That may be a mid-season category. All right, the Sack Up Award. This is people or places that constantly whine, that constantly get under the skin, that constantly are pains. Just shut up. 2 winners, the cast of The View. And, ladies, and let's get the cast of The View first. These ladies here are as inconsequential as any hair currently on my head. Yet somehow, some way, they pay attention. All right? They pay attention. And no, they're paid attention too. And all this Sony lady does is spew racial stupidity. All that idiot Whoopi Goldberg does is spew anti-Semitism. All Joy Behar does is show that she's just straight an idiot. Now the latest is Joy Behar says that conservative white men are the reason football is violent and popular and should go away. Shut up. It makes me, I laugh my brains out when I hear white people, well, conservative white people. Shut up. Just shut up. You got a great show. You're doing it right. You're no different than Skip and Shannon up here. Contrived garbage, and away we go. The other one is Stanford. Stanford University on the farm. Stanford University, I got 2 words for you. My backside. Remember how the hurtful words of Stanford came out? The hurtful word list. Oh my God, how could you possibly say things like guys? How could you possibly? You see Stanford on top there. How could you possibly say, oh my God, Stanford, hurtful word. We have hurtful words. If any of you are hurt by saying guys, by saying white paper, by saying straight, submit, prisoner, crazy, walk in, grandfather, victim, you're an idiot. Seriously, you're an idiot. You're not to be paid attention to. Karen, hurtful. Well, that might be. White paper, racist. Straight, sexist. Submit, misogynist. Abusive relationship, too defining. Prisoner, who the hell knows? Crazy, most people. You guys and ladies and gentlemen, the big one, saying American. American. Hey, Stanford, I got 2 words for you. My backside. Bah. The most woke dope awards will always be a category on our deal here. We do a woke-a-dope at the end of the show. And Dylan and Ryan pick one out. The next is the most woke dope. And we've got 4 of them for you. First and foremost, drum roll please. Steve Kerr, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Kerr never misses an opportunity to tell us how we should all live. So he never misses the opportunity to say, hey, this is wrong. This is horrible. This is awful. This can't be, blah, blah, blah. Well, his dad got killed. Yeah, okay, great. I feel bad about it, but I don't want to hear from Steve Kerr. And I lost even more respect for Steve Kerr when Steve Kerr decided that, oh, by the way, I'm not going to punish Draymond Green for workplace violence. If you're not going to punish a man for workplace violence, I don't want to hear anything about how we all run our lives. You're too chicken blank. If that was a lesser player, Steve Kerr's sorry ass would have, you know what he would have done. He would have punished him, but it wasn't. It was one of his stars. Can't punish one of our stars, ladies and gentlemen. The next guy is Joe Biden. I contend that Joe Biden is nothing but woke. Nothing but woke. There is nothing about Joe Biden that resembles the Joe Biden of the past. Joe Biden spoke very racistly, so I'm glad he's no longer a racist. But Joe Biden spoke on marriage. Joe Biden spoke on corruption. Joe Biden spoke on a variety of issues that showed he actually had common sense. Now, he's bought and paid for. He is the big guy. And anything woke, he will go along with it. Anything that he feels gets him votes. You know, I talk about put your finger in the air. Now, all of a sudden, he might go to the Mexican border. I'll be daggone. I'll be darned. The dude takes credit where credit isn't due. He's just a fool, and there's no redeeming quality about Joe Biden right now. And I used to respect the office of the president. I don't anymore. Elle Duncan cried on national TV because she wants to kill babies. Look, whatever you think about anything, crying on national TV, hijacking national TV on ESPN because you're into killing babies, well, I got to tell you, that ain't my thing. Elle Duncan, to me, she's not very good on SportsCenter. She doesn't have any redeeming qualities. She's a complete and utter disaster. She is an absolute disaster. There is no balance. There is no reach. She told a story about Kobe Bryant being a girl dad and made it about herself on the day that he died. Oh, okay. Elle Duncan called for us girl dads to speak up so their daughters can have abortions in 50 states. Elle Duncan has called for schools to talk about gender fluidity with 6-year-olds. This is how stupid this person is. And she continues to be protected by ESPN. Why? I'll tell you one reason, because she's not a middle-aged white guy. She's awful at her job. She gives no interest. She wanted, during a college basketball game, she stopped the game, an ESPN letter, to denounce a Florida bill that she wrongly branded the Don't Say Gay bill. She wanted to talk about having sex, talking to young children about sex and gender identity. She's an idiot. She shouldn't even be talked about. Clay Travis said, hey, Elle Duncan, you stopped the women's tournament for a live protest against the Florida Parents' Rights Bill because of your mistaken belief it attacked gay people. When will your live protest of the United Arab Emirates be? Want to make sure I don't miss anything. She is an idiot. Speaking of idiots, I work with Mark Jones. I've been around Mark Jones, and there are very few people dumber than Mark Jones. Mark Jones, for those of you that don't know, is an ESPN clown that is arguably the worst announcer on ESPN, has no redeeming value as an announcer, makes it about himself as an announcer, and frankly, wouldn't know the game of doesn't know if a basketball is blown up or whether the game of basketball is stuffed. He likes radical tweets connecting Aaron Rodgers to Kwan and Trump after a Packers loss. He mocked a MAGA fighter's broken jaw. He told Rush Limbaugh he could rot in hell, although Rush Limbaugh had already died. He is an idiot that said he thinks that police who protect him at every venue might shoot him because he wanted to inject himself into the police brutality question, and he did it with typical stupid Mark Jones antics. Mark Jones is universally ridiculed by those that work with him and have worked with him. And it ain't just me. You cannot name a broadcaster that has worked with Mark Jones that hasn't made fun of Mark Jones. I'm just telling you. And when he, ladies and gentlemen, went on his rant about police that are protecting him being nervous about them shooting him, of course, Twitter showed pictures of the idiot bagging or praising the police over the years that protected him. But Mark had to put and do Mark Jones stupid stuff.